Hello everyone and welcome on a new video of Yes I Share. So the question of today is why having a dark scene if we can just light it up with a few clicks like so. So if you watched my previous video on how to create an add-on for Blender using AI, you should have seen that we ended up with this setup here, which was basic, kind of same look, but with only a few buttons. Now, I went back and forth with Gemini asking to replace this, change this and that, and implement new features, and we ended up with this little add-on here, which is a little bit more advanced. Now, I'm gonna share this as a free add-on on my Gumroad, so you can check it in the link below, and we're going to walk it through a little bit. So as you saw, just by selecting my object here and choosing a preset, we already see something happening. Now, I added my own presets, but of course you can grab the code, put it back to Gemini and ask him to make different presets for you. You can get very experimental with this. So let's say you try them all and you like the golden hour, for example. Now with our object selected, because if you click elsewhere and press play, it's going to focus on this object here instead of our subject, which is what you want, you can do that. But if we want the focus on our subject, let's make sure we selected it, and then we can now play with the distance, and the lights are binded to the subject. As you can see, if we move it around, they're gonna follow the subject. We have the rig spin, which as you see, it helps us rotating all the lights all together if you want to. You have control on the shadows, as you can see, which makes, a real cool effect. Just have toggled a few controls, and a light focus, which I think it can be implemented a little bit better, but it does this. Maybe you like it, so why not? We have a master tint, which if we change the hue or just go like so, as you can see, we'll have the same lighting but in a different color, as you've guessed. We have the global power that increase or decrease, as you can see, the global power perhaps, and we have singular light, color and power, so we can control them manually like so. And as you can see, while we change the master color, here they adapt, like not being the same color but slightly shift. If I keep this duotone, let's call it kind of lighting. We have a randomize all, which of course is going to randomize the whole thing but within the presets you've chosen in the beginning, which it's interesting to see all the kind of combination. So full weight in transmission and like so, it's not classy anymore. So we can see it, metallic, the way we want, just quickly, and then we can see which color we prefer. So it was kind of a good one, but yeah, feel free to keep experimenting with this. Some of these should even have like animation. Yeah, the police chase is quite interesting. It does this kind of stuff, but I'm not sure it's going to be recorded in rendering, but it does that. So yeah, one I really like, it's the hard rim. It's real cool to product lighting. If if you want to see some fast thing going on. And a fun one is the experimental one, which, if I remember correctly, yeah, it like switches the hue while you play the animation, which is kind of cool. Maybe you'll find yourself using the 3-point probably, but yeah, as you can see, with few clicks you can really get creative like so. And there are options to add a floor. I added mine, but you can add the floor real quick. And then if you want to create that like effect, the void effect as they call it, you can just extrude that edge like so and then bevel it a little bit, and we'll end up with the same situation I had earlier. You can even add an empty and like make the light follow the empty instead of the object. As you can see, they follow it. So for example, you don't want the light specifically on the subject, and maybe you want to have a little bit more control of the lighting, and you don't want to use your subject as a binding point. I don't know, but as you can see, it helps you achieving like different effect. So we don't want to go too technical in these videos. I like to plug and play, you know, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this is it for now. I think I'm going to work on it even more and implement it, and if I end up making a new version, you will still find it on Gumroad, and you can update to the latest version, or you can grab the code, paste it in Gemini or your favorite AI, and ask it to replace or modify stuff, and you can even make your own version like real quickly. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next video. Thank you for watching.